Добре. Здравейте, машини, добре сте дошли в предицата ми на тази игра Avowed, или както се казва там, и аз не съм много сигурен. Сега какво правим тук? Тук лутнах ли навсякъде? Тук има някакъв лък. Но ако го взема, май ставам тежък. Я да видя картата къде трябва да отида. Обаче сега колкото е, че докато съм тежък не мога да се телепортирам. Я да видя този инвентар. Това е лък. Не е ли по-добър от пистолета? Малко по-малко демидж има. Как да изхвърля нещо от инвентара? Но то мога направо да го стачна в кампа или да го щупя. Нищо не мога да сложа, бе. Така. Сега трябва да отида до някой град. Тя не нужда тези неща да ги продам.
Another glorious battle.
Добре, то телепорт още ли не бачка, бе?
Here we go. Arms up, tight. Look right. Armor's too weak here.
Много тъпо, че не мога да си използвам телепорта. Да трябва да стане. Тук има някакъв мерчант. Да видим.
Can I interest you in some glaive berries or better spells, perhaps? Welcome to Poria in Velino, the finest legitimate apothecary of Emerald Stair.
Мога сами да ги продавам ли тук, бе? Добре, то тук на мапа друго май. Те само са мерчанти. Отивам сега на Ато. Не е от тук пътя, бе.
Ado.
For an Adiran, you're very resourceful, and a more than capable companion for poor Giada. With any luck, I can tell you a great deal. Now that I've got the heart, my thirsty invention will drink deeply of its essence. All that's left to do is calibrate it. First things first, let's have a look at your soul. I'm going to ask some questions to induce a metaphysical quiver. No, not to worry, just testing your reflexes. Let's start with an easy one. You wake up on a beach, looking up into the sun. Your hands are covered in blood. It's less of a question and more of a stimulus. As long as you're honest, there's no wrong answer. All right. Let's try some word association. Tell me the first thing that comes to mind. Pendulum. Chrysalis. After all that work, you have nothing to say. Well, it's your soul. Hey, let's go over your results. Well, you gave me nothing to work with, but that doesn't mean I came away empty-handed. Your godlike nature is a marvel to behold. What I see is something entangled about your soul. An outside presence that both is and isn't a part of you. It's old, dark, and rather tricky to pin down. Very interesting. The stress of war can leave a mark on the soul, but this is different. Quite different. Fascinating. Thank you for getting my machine calibrated again. But you came for Giata's theory of the dream scourge. Between the two of us, she's on to something. Our farms are in great peril. The essence has been drained from the land. Diverted, like the flow of a river. Purposeful, maybe, but to what end? Regardless, essence doesn't just disappear. It must be going somewhere. All I can tell you is keep looking. You'll find what you're after. As much as I hate giving people bad news, that's all I have. Please give Giada my fondest regards.
Keep looking, huh? I'm getting a bad
Добре,
feeling
готов
about
съм
what we'll
тука.
find. Yeah, I'll be honest. He lost me when he started talking about souls.
А тук дали няма нещо, айтеми, тия неща.
What do you think of Giada's theory?
Well, my experiments have been a little
Unpredictable. Like the essence has no sense of direction. How did you know? We should talk, but not here.
Не, вижте, чак на 300 метра трябва да отида. Я да видя на картата. Ага. Я ще ударя тук един телепорт да видим апгрейди нещо да направя.
Mari,
Затова нямам мац. White steel chunk ми трябва. Още две, ама нямам материал. А това другото? Адмет, Wurst. Тук го няма. А, ето го е. Още две. White Steel Chunk ми трябва. Какво стана тук, бе? Тотално преебах нещата. Оф, мамка му.
Did you leave a cleaning manual? Talk softly. I'll remind you of that next time you start playing your flute at camp. That
Ja ne znam zašto oni mi da.
Bears
Da,
natural prey
enchant
doesn't
na
tend to
ništa.
play flutes. They might show up to get you to stop. I've had this flute for years, and I have yet to be killed by a bear. On second thought, maybe that's what's keeping them away. Look, Marius, if you ever want to talk about anything, you know I'm here, right?
Right. Appreciate that, but I'm all right.
If you ever change your mind, the offer stands.
Evo, čankam misijata.
Okay, Amaku. I'll keep that in mind.
Why is it somehow worse when the Revenants aren't trying to kill you?
A godlike in Emerald's Den. Well, maybe our luck's improving. I'd offer to shake your hand, but I've been elbow deep in Beatrice all day.
Posadka.
Sorry, I've been on my own for a while, and I forget how unusual this looks. As you can see, this is my reanimated corpse farm.
Oh, and what do you use for fertilizer? Other corpses?
I'm trying to demonstrate the value of undead labor. But of course, nothing is ever that simple. They get 3 meals a day and a comfortable home. What more could they ask for?
I mean, miners in Solace don't have it that good.
Now, Beatrice, she's being a real problem, if you can believe it. Would you be a dear and reach into her guts? Feel around for anything that doesn't belong. Giata Castel wants my professional opinion. What an honor. I have a few theories, but no firm conclusions. I have to ask, is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? He's a bigger fool than I thought. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores around here, and the Revenants can only do so much. They can't do complicated tasks, you see. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to put down poor Silvo. Yes, quickly and mercifully if you can. Silvo is one of my revenants. My oldest, my favorite, and the pride of my flock. Someone needs to put a poor fellow out to pasture. And I just don't have the heart to do it myself.
Well, it's already dead. That's the hard part done right there.
When a revenant goes bad, there's only one option. Final death. And poor Silvo's time has come. Thank you for understanding. You can find Silvo in the barn. He's blocked the door somehow, but the window should be open. Just be gentle with him. He's a good boy.
So, we're killing a revenant then. She just couldn't come out and say
Да,
that.
трябва да отидем до този
And
Силво.
this is why I don't take pets.
Трябва да видя откъде да вляза. Абе. Тук май не мога.
Right behind you.
Там видях има някакъв път, ама.
Nice work.
Нищо ли няма, бе?
I saw you reach into Beatrice. Find anything interesting? Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very old man. Thank you for giving him peace. So, the Dream Scourge. I've been keeping an eye on the readings from my fields. This plague, as we know it, is a recent development. But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. Maybe even as old as the living lands. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape, the Dream Scourge. They have a common ancestor. There's something about the essence in the living lands that's different from anywhere else I've seen. And end up like Giata? No, thank you. The corpses, they need me. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
Oh, and thank you for the nightmare fuel. I really have been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
Ajde da sam maham. Consult with Yvette and Remy.
The great mystery is...
Remy, look what I found. A genuine godlike.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Hello, me, Yvette. You friend? Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication in the endangered godlike. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were a godlike. Fascinating.
Gossip is an important part of scholarly research. It's the only way to stay ahead of the competition.
Giada must have sent you to be our test subject. She knows how we adore your kind. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give you everything Giada needs to finish her research. Deal?
Let's begin the examination.
Ajde, imam
If you could
сделка.
choose, who or what would you be in your next life? Next time you go around the wheel, you might not get so lucky.
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains, you were touched by the gods. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? Weren't you?
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Oh, didn't anyone tell you? On second thought, forget I asked. I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good news or the bad news?
We've heard that one before. Good thing we don't listen to criticism.
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it has to be studied in the wild. Our machines and experiments would meddle with it too much.
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a Pillar of Adra would be a good place to start.
Now that we've researched the mind of a godlike, the next step is anatomy. But we've taken enough of your time. Farewell.
Hurry, before they change their mind.
Okej, otvaram se.
I might have
Wonder if she
dozed
needs a
off
new
there for a
research
bit.
partner.
Were any of those
Treba da
notes
odgovorim s Gijatom.
We could do both. Anything to find the great Giata Castel.
Are you as excited to get started as I am? Because I'm very excited. I'm counting on it.
Да. Не
I have a lot
стана
of
да
packing ahead
скипна
of me,
това.
but I've earned a short rest. Good timing. I'm about ready to get started. So, did you learn anything of particular interest? And why? It's almost like something is lashing out, defending itself. Look at us. Barely even started, and already we're making progress. Monto's machine is working, Elia will keep an eye on her revenants, and Yvette and Remy are providing us an alibi. Under the circumstances, the two are not so different. I needed those animancers for more than their expertise. Monto's invention nullifies spiritual interference. Having it up and running means we won't get any false signals. Whenever I tap into an Adra pillar, Elia's farmhands tend to get a little bitey. Thanks to you, they won't be a problem. And then there's Yvette and Remy, the governor's eyes and ears. In exchange for privacy, I gave them a test subject. I'd call that a good day's work. Now we just need the right equipment for the job. When my parents died, they left me their life's work. An invention like no other. The phantasmal focus. Oh, I thought about it. The problem is it's in the basement. I haven't gone down there since the accident. Since they died.
I'm sure everything's fine. It's just a spooky death basement.
I would get it myself, but I'm not ready to face what's down there. The door to the basement is just outside, around the corner. Of course you'll need a key. Please excuse the mess.
Да. Сега сигурно ще има от унес.
If that's where her parents died, I'm glad we can spare her from having to go back.
Okay. Don't know what I expected, but this isn't it.
Haven from the blight. Who grows here?
I feel pretty certain that those people aren't supposed to be plants. Nuts. We can leave now, right?
Poor Giada. To think she's been living with this right under her nose.
Добре, връщам се при тази.
I don't. Anyone know what happened back there?
I think those were Giada's parents, or whatever's left of them.
So they're dead?
Or something like that.
You're back. You found it. You actually found my inheritance. Did you see my mother and father? Are they still there? I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I don't think you were in any danger. All that's really down there is an unhappy memory. One that keeps on growing. I would appreciate that very much. With the phantasmal focus, I can finally tap directly into the essence of the living lands. I can also use it to smack around anyone who gets in our way. The only thing we're missing now is an Adra pillar, and I know the perfect one. Naku Tedek, the old godless ruin west of Fjord. There should be some equipment waiting for us. Before we head out, let's make the most of our time in Fjord. No telling how long we'll be gone. And I hate to be a problem, but I do my best work in small groups. Chalk it up to performance anxiety. Works for me. This is a good opportunity to cleanse our place of rest. Spiritually, I mean.
Добре. Аз вече може да ми помага. Но за сега съм с тези зланата май. А то пише горе в ляво, че уж с нея ще хора. Сега ще видим. Къде е това? Той не съм ходил. А тя не е с нас.
many people to godless ruins before. Never went any closer.
This is a spiritual haven. Could we remove the animancy equipment, please?
Take it up with the governor.
But he told me to ask you.
In that case, the answer is no.
Какво е, бе? Някакви бележки.
Careful. Some of these relics are older than the light itself.
Това как се включва тук? Какво става, бе? Това е нещо бъгнато или какво? Гията трябваше да дойде с нас, затова не става. Къде е тя? Сега трябва да се оправя партито.
One of your machines shocked me. I wasn't even any.
Have you spoken to Alphonse?
He seems in a low spirits.
Thank you again for letting me join you. An animancer never misses an opportunity to embrace the unknown. Still, being an animancer feels different without Fior Messiverno. For the first time, I don't have to prove myself to anyone. You're forgetting all the bridges I burned on my way out. No, that part of my life is over. At least now I have a place I can call my own. Good, because I have a lot of research to do, and this could take a while. Not to change the topic, but this little adventure of ours, will it be dangerous? Well, I never expected to live forever. My mother and father taught me how to defend myself, among other things. When you need me, I'll be ready. I hope so, anyway.
Добре, как да я накарам да дойде с
What are you
нас?
so curious about? Anyone in particular? I warn you, I'm not the best judge of first impressions. For what it's worth, you've got a nice group of oddballs here. I'm proud to be one of them. You too.
Добре, сега ми дава избор. Ще избера таз. И той Акай. Сега трябва да стане.
Did they not glow in the light? Her parents, her sentinels. To grow and flourish still, life without rot, form without death. Horrible or perfect? Endless spring. They breathe, they flower, they will never fade. Is the acorn not beloved of the oak? We merely ponder. They sing in peace. Was it not worth the change? Life, life, germinate the sprouts. No winter, only spring. They are strong now, vibrant, better than their frail shells. Even the darkest evening clouds part with the morning mist. Sleep now. Dream of beauty and new life. We will speak soon.
Да, сега това с което трябва да стане.
Could we not just move the machines out of the way?
There should be some equipment by the Adra pit. Well, here we are on the precipice of discovery. armed and ready for mischief.
I'm 2 out of 3 anyway.
Before we get started, indulge me. What are you excited to learn about?
И това ме интересува. Първото.
Good. We're on the same page. Now, I'm going to tap into the pillar's dormant energy and give it a good shake. In layman's terms, I'm chumming the water and daring the dream scourge to show its ugly face. This is no time for hesitation. All right. Drawing on the energy of the phantasmal focus, I'll start with a low-frequency ethereal vibration. I've got nothing. You?
Like I could go for some pie.
Shit. All right, adjusting the frequency. The focus is warming up. I hope that's a good sign. Let me know if you feel something. Who knows how your godlike nature will react to this. Brace yourself. We're going to pin this bastard down.
Are you sure about this?
Don't worry, I'm a professional. Now, here goes nothing.
Souls in a circle, a whirlpool. We twine, we twine.
Hey, I think I got something. The focus twitched, like a fishing rod. Is that a door?
Вижте какъв път се отвори.
Not the result I was looking for, but a result nonetheless. Don't be so sure about that. Remember, I'm an animancer, not a locksmith. Right before the door opened, I detected something in the Adra. I was right. The Dream Scourge has a point of origin. We can study the affliction from here, but I don't know that we can stop it. We can discuss our feelings later. Right now, I need answers. If we want to stop the Dream Scourge, we still need to learn more about the source of the affliction. I hate to say it, but we'll get better results at the base of the pillar, where the energies are more potent. Trap or no trap, I didn't come all this way just to give up. After you.
Айде, да, искам да видя кой има тук. Да се забъркаме.
I did not bring us here to explore, but clearly something wants to be found.
Does this feel like the start of a cautionary campfire tale to anyone else?
I wonder, did you open the door? Incredible. These ruins are untouched. We are the first to disturb them. When was the last time anyone walked these passages? It must have been centuries. No, millennia. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
За тук... А тая дали може да помогне, бе?
We'll talk more once we reach the bottom. What have you got there? Some sort of puzzle piece?
Dagger.
Let's see what you got. Everyone okay?
Charge it up. A little power goes a long way.
О, това ми взема от кръвта.
Coming in hot.
Watch your head. There's a trap right above it. I was worried for a second.
Той не знам как така се хилваш. Не така? Ага, мога да вляза.
Just a little spark. Charge it up. Beautiful. Life into death. To think it survived all these years.
It's surprising.
I would not go swimming if I were you. Unless you wish to meet your maker. There must be a way across. If not underwater, perhaps over it. With the help of some ice.
Къде отидах тук, бе? Сега да се удавя. Какво да не намерих пътя без да искам. Пътя обаче не е насам.
Little power goes a long way.
Just a little.
Защо мятам токове? Другите гранати къде останаха? Ей, как ще падна, бе? Сега нямам и отец. Без гранати свършиха. Тая граната каква е? Ех, майко, гледайте какъв съндък се крие.
Charge it up.
Little power goes a long way.
What in the name of Aora is that?
You, think it's sleeping?
I've never seen anything like it before. I
Това е
don't
някакво
believe it's a
копие ли,
statue.
бе? Уникално оръжие.
No, this was a live one. We're going to die down here, aren't we? Well, I had a good run. Here.
That's one for us.
Я да видя това копие. А то това копие не е по-мощно от моя меч. Я тук някакъв съндък има. Heavy armor. Ама той е слаб.
Ready to make an entry?
Their own secret missions. I'll say it. I'm impressed.
I'll fix this.
Monsters left? Show yourselves. Some of us have work to do. I guess that means the coast is clear. Let's have a look at the Adra pillar.
Всичките ли ги лутнах?
Just a little spark. A little power goes a long way.
Какво стана тук?
Just a little spark. Charge it. Just a little spark. Charge it.
Тая врата се отвори.
We've backed the Dream Scourge into a corner. I say we pin it down here and now, before it wriggles away from us. The last time we tried this, you felt something, yes? Maybe it had to do with your godlike nature. Try making contact with the Adra this time. It could only help. The effect should be stronger than before. Brace yourself.
You came. Though your words to us are often as cold and sharp as the ice-rimmed peak, you have come to us in this place. Tributary, the halls of life and death. The mourners are gone now. Only the memories remain.
Какво да отговоря тук? I didn't come here for you, I'm looking for traces of the Dream Scourge.
Alone we have been, and alone you leave us still. Your cruelty wounds us. The Akita twined around us. They sang in awe of what we made. They called us the gardener, steward of life. Sabado. Thinning frost. The morning sun. It has been centuries since anyone but us invoked our name. But we have felt in you the seed of connection. We have sought you, called to you. Even as you scorn us, we would know you. Rod, we feel it too. Our hands are bound. Find us, free us. The rot that festers seeps into us as well. Our cage is far from here, buried in the garden, beyond the poison sea. Alas, we have been cut off from the land we knew and loved for too long. We could not trace its hills and valleys for you. But there are others who can. Go to the halls of the Jabaru Sanakis. We will try to explain. Those who cherish us, the chosen of the Akita, Wait there. They will show you the way to the garden, to our prison. We will cleanse this rot with you once our hands are unbound. Find us in the garden. We twine, we await. First, let us offer you a sliver of our power, a boon to help you survive and find us. You rejected us once before. Let us lend our shade and strength, for your sake and ours.
Тук мога да взема някаква сила. Спадал Power. What will your boon do to me?
We offer you gifts any would covet, and you search them for rot? You are our kin, the seed of our soul. We would see you avoid our fate. We would see you survive. Will you accept it?
Няма да
A
приемам.
wasted gesture then. It is yours to regret. Now hurry to the halls of the Tabaru Sinakis. Bind us. Free us.
Godlike ability. Пасивен скил.
You're awake. Finally. We really pushed the phantasmal focus to its limits.
You were out a long time. We gotta start bringing pillows.
For a second there, I thought... Actually, never mind what I thought. Actually, I thought your soul had been blasted to 1,000 pieces. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. While you were out, I got some clear readings of the Dream Scourge. I've tracked its origin to the center of the living lands. Somewhere deep in the untouched wilderness. You've heard of it. Fascinating. Maybe someone knows about this garden of yours. If we find the garden, we can cut off the Dream Scourge at its source. I hesitate to bring it up, but you were muttering while you were out. Had quite a lot to say. Whatever you were communing with, it had a spiritual energy I've encountered before, though only in traces. It must be connected to the Dream Scourge. Perhaps they share a similar origin. Yes, Sapadal. Who are they? What are they to you? Oh. I'm sorry, what? Sapadal is a god? But that's impossible! How could we have missed this? A trapped god. Trapped. And you spoke to them through the Adra. Maybe that tells us something. Perhaps the bars of their prison would be forged of essence, not iron. We've long theorized that all Adra is connected, but that changed when Animancers came to the Living Lands. The Adra here is severed from the rest of Eora, connected only to itself, or so we believe. If Sapadal speaks and works through Adra, then the Living Lands is their prison, their tomb.
Sapadal wants me to free them.
Now that is a tall order. We know the Dream Scourge is coming from this garden of yours. Maybe Sapadal can help us fight it. Indeed. That will be for you to judge. The real question is, where do I start?
Welcome to the crew.
Thank you. I've been working on my own for so long that I'm not accustomed to sharing the burden. We'll find the source of the Dream Scourge in the garden, but we have to find the garden first.
Then that's where we start.
Let's return to Fior Messiverno. Banished or not, maybe I can squeeze a few answers out of my colleagues. I wouldn't count on it. Besides, what good am I to Fior Messiverno anymore? The farms, the community, my research, they all depend on Animancy. But the Dream Scourge is the end of Animancy, the end of the Living Lands as we know it. We should leave this place and its memories. There's nothing more for us here.
Finding a secret entrance and discovering a new god. Not bad for a day's work.
Stop! The trees splinter, the rice turns black. The pain! The pain!
Това дърво пак не говори.
They trample the farmlands. They tear down the gates.
I lost you for a second there. Something the matter? I'm right behind you. Let's go. You take the lead.
Come on. There's a way up those stairs.
Така, връщаем се сега. Тая врата май преди малко беше заключена, бе.
There is such a thing as learning too much. The mortal mind can only take so many revelations at a time. What we discovered here. Oh my god. No!
Andras Devs. This was no accident.
Трябва да се върна там. Не мога да използвам телепорта.
What happened? Who did this? It's all gone. The city. My home. Right. We should be a moving target. In case anyone comes for us next. We have to check on the others. At least let me find Quilici. Any survivors would have evacuated to the farms north of town. Come. There's not a moment to waste.
A city up in flames? You tell me who your coin is on.
I can't believe this. What you smell is just a workshop going up in flames. Her books, chemicals, her machines. Many of those inventions were originals from the Valian republics. One of a kind, irreplaceable. I don't know why I'm dwelling on that. We lost more than our work.
Your work was your home.
Преди малко на картата. Ето го мерчанта.
You're allowed to mourn it.
Тук горе.
They burn. They blind us.
Искам да видя какво продава.
Hey, you there? Need
Я
some
първо да
supplies?
си видя инвентара, какви айтеми намерих. Това копие е готино. Но ще играя с това меч.
Supplies?
Тая пръчка за какво е? Май за Уизарда.
What a terrible loss. I don't care what anyone says, Fiorme Severno was the jewel of the living lands.
Вижте, какво продава тая? Хубавите итеми са само и тези. Я да видя до това място, не мога да направя телепорт. Не става.
I hope everyone is all right. Animancers know how to plan for an emergency. But we've never seen one like this. If anything happened to Quilici, I don't know what I'd do.
Let's get to the farms. If there's trouble, we can help.
Again and again they strike.
There's the city. What's left of it. Gods, who could do this to us? Who could burn us out like rats and call it a victory? Motherfuckers. I don't know how we recover. Our past is in those flames. Our history. Everything we are.
Not as long as there are people who remember it.
How many thorns must we claw out?
They made it out. Thank the gods.
Not bad, envoy.
Left flank!
Nothing like a win with a good team.
Бяха и баси славите. И там има някакъв съндък май. Не. Пробило.
These people are looking for leadership. A sense of direction.
What a fine
should find
mess the
Quilici.
Deerins have made for us.
We've been at war against nature so long. Envoy? Oh, thank goodness. For a moment there, I thought we'd lost you in the attack.
As if you don't already know.
Inasi, calm yourself.
Why should I be calm? His people burned my city.
The Steel Garrote are hardly his people.
They offered us no negotiation, no peaceful terms. Just flames and laughter as we ran. Don't be naive. Anyone who serves under an Adiran banner is complicit. Your Inquisitor is determined to burn out anyone who doesn't conform to Adiran ways.
We agree on one thing. The Steel Garrote have declared war on the Living Lands.
No, it's a war crime.
What happened here is no coincidence. Their forces already have an unshakable grip on Paradis. This attack was meant to weaken us. No doubt they will circle back to finish what they started. Tell us, what of your research into the Dream Scourge? Assuming our governor wants to hear it.
I may have spoken in haste before.
Pardon?
The very notion that the Dream Scourge had blighted our farms, it was too awful to acknowledge.
Are you being serious right now?
I am. The sanctuary my family built was falling apart on my watch, and I wasn't strong enough to bear it. Huskata was eager to remind me. You must understand, my mother had the Dream Scourge. I hoped against reason that she might recover, but her mind grew as blighted as her lands. To face reality would mean upending my city, throwing order into chaos, and admitting she was truly gone. I'm so sorry, Huskata.
Don't waste your apologies on me. This changes nothing between us.
I don't expect your forgiveness, but I will do everything in my power to make this right. Whatever you have to say, I'm ready to hear it.
Какво да избера? Go ahead, Giata, tell them everything.
You want me to do the talking? Very well. The evidence is clear. The Living Lands is on the edge of an ecological disaster, both physically and spiritually. We may know the origin of the Dream Scourge. By following it back to the source, perhaps we can reverse the damage. Now for the bad news. An undiscovered god rests in the heart of this island. Until we know more about its nature, we are powerless to stop it.
But this is madness. When I said I was ready for the truth, I didn't mean... Quilici, tell him it's madness.
Envoy, is it true?
You have no idea what this thing is, but now you're helping it?
He may be compelled by his godlike nature. It would be wise not to question such things. First the Dream Scourge, then the Steel Garrote, and now... what does this god of yours want us to do? Pray?
This is no time for a theological discussion. Our survival hangs on a knife's edge. We can't remain in Emerald Stair.
There is no reason to stay, unless you count picking through the ashes. We should relocate to Thirdborn. It's the only settlement that can take us all.
No. I say we go to Paradis.
What has gotten into you?
As long as we are Animancers, the adherents will pursue us to the ends of the earth. Instead, we lay low, hide in plain sight, let them believe we're beaten, and bide our time.
While we hide, the Dream Scourge will tear this island apart. At least in Thirdborn, we can practice animancy freely. We can't gamble with our existence. The political climate of the Living Lands is too dangerous.
Много приказки, бе. Take your people to Thirdborn, study and help however you can.
Thirdborn has its own problems. Paradis is more secure, but it would mean living under a Diran rule. I don't like our options, but that shouldn't stop us from committing to one.
Thirdborn's full of hardy types. Lots of former soldiers and mercenaries. A rough bunch, but good to have at your back. It's also farther from the Steel Garrote's base of operations. That's where I'd make my stand.
We'll be proud to lend our strength to theirs, as Animancers and as fellow expatriates.
I have my misgivings, but you helped my father leave the Republics. I trust you to help us again. What of you, Envoy? Where does the hunt for the Dream Scourge take you next?
Oh, I do.
Yardsley? Don't tell me you are getting swept up in all of this.
Oh, really? You should know better, darling. Any talk of the Akita, and I will appear. If you're looking for the garden, I can probably lead the way. You're already aware that I'm the
Добре,
foremost
тая
scholar
знае
in the
за
living
тази
lands,
градина.
Godless scholar, my dear. No one outside of academia uses their proper name.
Right. Layman's terms. Thank you, darling. Well, to make a long story short, I think I can lead you to the garden. 30 years of research, and I think the answer lies in a ruin called Naku Kubel, which is in Shatterscarp. So we've got to get there now. Before Fiora went up in flames, that Garrote monster took my research. Your kin are on their way to the garden now. Wait. If they know as much as we do, they know to go to Shatterscarp too. Oh no. I've got to warn Temerity. Meet me in Thirdborn, all right? You can't miss it. It's the only bit of civilization in Shatterscarp, if you can call it that. I'll finish getting ready here and just meet you there.
Ugh, what a whirlwind. God, I love that tiny woman.
Какво имаме сега?
Naturally. She's feisty, passionate, loyal, determined. My life would not be the same without her.
For what it's worth, I vouch for Yardsley. She's a good friend and a bad influence. Right now, we could use both.
There's a gate to the north, which will take you to Shatterscarp. It's guarded by some of our best rangers.
Then we should approach carefully. They'll be on their guard after this.
I'll make sure they grant you safe passage. May the gods protect you, Envoy.
Exploring the living lands with a friend. What more could I ask for?
Back to Shatterscarp then.
Ого, това чак на 10 метра ли?
Rebuilding has begun. From the ashes, your will rise.
Я да видя на картата. Добре. От тук май не мога да се кача нагоре. Леля, как се пребих.
Let's finish this.
On your right. Now they're down.
I'm coming for Ludwig next. Stuff is growing everywhere.
Who disturbs a quarry in the grass?
No one I've ever seen.
One for you!
Няма някакъв съндък нещо. Малко съндъче.
Are they retreating? Now I've seen it all.
Just like the good old days.
Но той някакви бутуши има. Кой го стреля този бе? Така, машини, слагам край на това видео тук. Надявам се да ви е харесало. Ако ви е харесало, дарете по един палец нагоре и subscribe за канала в YouTube. Това е от мен. Айде, чао! Здравейте, машини, добре сте дошли в поредицата ми на тази игра. Продължавам с главните квести. Отивам сега към следващия. Има още 100 метра. О, това е добре. Телепорт намерих. Трябва да говоря с Тас.
A moment of your time, if you please. From one adherent to another. I go where the Inquisitor commands, just as you go where the Emperor commands. So, did you enjoy our little bonfire? Inquisitor Ludwig was pleased with our efficiency.
You irredeemable fucking swine!
Keep her on a tight leash. No need for this to get out of hand.
Тук може би ще ми даде възможност да се бия с тези.
One might argue they brought it on themselves.
Believe it or not, the Steel Garrote owe you an apology on behalf of Inquisitor Ludwig.
Bring us her severed head and I'll consider it.
That temperament of yours is exactly the problem she's trying to solve. Our attack came together in haste. You should have been informed, and I regret the oversight. One way or another, Fuel Messy Verno was always going to burn. Weak government, chaotic farming, dangerous research. They never had a chance.
What right do you have to cast judgment on us?
As the future caretakers of the living lands, we do only what is necessary.
Ей, крашна. Тя ще ме изхвърля от играта.